two roots of the polynomial equation given that negative 4 is one of the roots. So if I know that negative 4 is one of the solutions, what should I do? I need division, don't I? Synthetic division would be the best choice. So I've got negative 4, and then do I have any missing terms that I need to put a 0 in for? Okay, so now that I've checked that, that's good. I can do my synthetic division. Put all your coefficients in there. I usually separate the last one because it'll be the remainder. We really hope that we're going to get what number down here? 0, because they told me negative 4 was a solution.
Exactly.
So I carry down the 1. I multiply. And write that in the next column and add. What do I get when I add? Negative 6. And then I multiply again. What is that? 24. Add. Multiply again. Negative 20, and I'm very happy about that because I did get a 0. So now I have what? 0, I've got 5,
1x squared
minus 6x, and how many x squared?
plus 5.
Alright, now, how do I find out when that equals 0? We can try to factor this. If it does not factor, what is your backup plan? Quadratic formula, right?
X minus 5, x minus 1.
It is x minus 5 and x minus 1. That is not the answer to the question, but it's close. 5, right, so 5 and 1. Now, why is this kid probably not going to have the right answer?
Because he didn't do...
Oh, we forgot the first one. The good news is it's a multiple choice test, so maybe they would catch their
And you
mistake.
didn't check your solution.
I could plug them back in to the original to see if they were 0. I'm not really sure why I would want to do that at the moment, but
I'm saying because it's going to be multiple choice. I'm just saying. Just in case.
he is just saying. So we'll move on to question 23, and we will just say stuff about 23. What's the common denominator for this question?
D.
15D. 15D. If I multiply every fraction by 15D, I will get rid of a lot of junk.
Oh, heck yeah.
Alright, so suppose you ignore all this stuff and just take the 15D on the top and multiply it times the 2D. What happens?
30 D's.
You get 30, right? Because the D's cancel. Right? Good.
Wait, what?
So what happens when I multiply the 15 times the negative 4 over 3D? Stay with me. There's no need to... Negative 20?
Where the heck does that come from, though?
Okay. The D's cancel. And then you're just taking negative 4/3 times 15, or 3 goes into 15 5 times, and 5 times negative 4 is negative 20. Okay? Alright, now, in the denominator, what if I take that 15D and multiply it times the 4 over 5D? That is 12. Okay, are you guys working on a different question over here? Okay. And then the 15D times 4D would be 60. So now we have 10 over what? 72. What can you take out of the top and the bottom?
A 2.
A 2, right? And so 5 over 36 is your final answer.
5 big 6.
I'm so good.
Can we divide it and get a decimal? Sure we can. What kind of test are you taking? Multiple choice. So if all the answers are fractions, don't do that. But if they were decimals, then I would do it.
Why would you do the 2 decimals?
If the answers are all decimals, then wouldn't you do that just to know which one?
Yeah, but I'm saying, like...
Okay. So if they're all fractions, then I would just stop right there. Question about that so far? Mr. Kane, stay with me. I did forget 17. I need to go back and look at that one.
Of course you did.
I don't know
No,
if
we
we
did
got
17.
through it. We did,
No, I have the
I thought we
answer.
did talk
Yeah,
about
we
that
did.
one.
The answer is negative 3 plus 2. rectangle.
Okay, and I know the answer's on the answer sheet.
No, but that's what, I did it.
Well,
You did it
good.
in class.
Conjugate of the denominator is what you need to FOIL on the top and the bottom.
Oh, no, Alyssa did it on the board.
True.
That's what happened.
So we really know how to do 17 already.
I'm good at paying attention.
26. 26. There's my work for it. We did the, you got the A cubed plus B cubed. They've actually given me the factoring right there. Okay. Focus up here so you're not distracting other people while throwing pencils. I know, I saw that.
Man, those pencils are hard.
So, the cube root of each, then I can follow this exactly. We talked about how you would square the first term, square the last term, multiply them together, and take the opposite sign. That's just following the basic pattern of factoring the difference of cubes. I mean, but obviously they gave you a hint right there. The first one is easy to solve, correct?
No.
What is it? Negative 5. The second one, not so easy to solve because it requires that you use the quadratic formula. And you get nice imaginary solutions. And what's the relationship between these two solutions? What's the relationship between them? Yeah, they're plus and minus. I got that part. We have a name for those two solutions. You're getting closer, Mr. Barron.
Nope.
It does start with the letter C.
Complex?
Conjugates.
Oh,
These are
no.
conjugates. In fact, they are complex conjugates.
I was going to say that, but I didn't.
All right.
I had the right answer.
So we have the next one on my list is 35. Is the relationship between the variables in the table direct, inverse, or neither?
Sure.
We would, I typically would extend my table. Okay, so the two things I'm going to check are y over x and x times y. Now, if y over x is the same number, what are we talking about? That's direct variation. And if it's this one, it's inverse variation. And obviously, if neither one of those works out, then it's going to be a neither, right? So, what is negative 75 divided by negative 5? That is 15. And negative 15 over negative 1. This is looking good. 60 over 4?
15.
What about 105 over 7?
15.
Okay, so we automatically know it's direct variation, and what's the equation?
15.
Y equals 15x. You're taking the y value, dividing by the x value.
Oh.
So direct variation, y equals 15 over x.
Is this Monday for us?
Yeah.
Yes,
That
fifth period.
sucks. Oh.
Like a vacuum cleaner.
Yeah, that's that bad.
20% or 10%?
About to get
It's
done.
14%.
Yeah, that's weird, man.
That's a weird number.
No, it comes right after 13%.
Wait, so wait, what classes are we taking?
No.
It's 1/7. 3/7 for your first 9 weeks, 3/7 for the second 9 weeks, 1/7 for the final exam. So, in a way, I guess I could see that as kind of weird, except it's very fractional. We like that in the math world. Yes.
What tests are we taking Monday then? Like, what classes do we have?
5.
According to the schedule, it's 2/5. Wednesday or Tuesday's 1-3-6. Wednesday 4/7.
Oh wait, so on Monday we're only taking second period and fifth period?
Yeah.
Those are the only two
It
exams.
for the whole day?
Yes. Then you'll be in classes the other.
Oh, so we're going to the rest of our classes then?
No, you don't go to all your
We don't go to
classes.
7th, we don't go to 4th.
Yeah, 4th and 7th you won't see.
Oh.
Okay. Yeah, I can back up to 34 here. Okay, simplify the radical expression. Question.
Wait, we didn't do the other.
Working on 34? I didn't know if you had a question for me on 34.
What about 36?
I'll get to 37 here in a minute,
Oh,
okay?
yeah.
But since they asked me about 34, I felt like I should just back up. Simplify the radical. Is 625 a perfect fourth?
Uh-huh.
Okay, what is it the perfect fourth of? 5. That's nice.
Wow.
Okay. Let's see here. How about this?
X,
X to the fifth, right? Because you take 20 and divide by 4.
Y,
Or you write out a lot of X's.
I thought it was
We could write out a lot of X's, couldn't we, on that one?
White out a lot of X's.
Yeah, she's not even listening to me. Okay. 20 over 4 is 5. Now, if he had been here, he'd have picked up on that, but... Okay, what about the fourth root of y to the 32nd power?
Why is there 20 over 4?
Y to the 8th. Now,
Absolute.
where? Around the x to the 5th, even root with an odd power in my answer. Means that I have to take care of it with the absolute value bars, otherwise I could have a train wreck.
That's the one thing I don't understand about this. Like, when is it a good time to put the absolute value?
Even root. Do we have an even root?
Okay, yes.
Yes, we did.
Okay.
Odd power in the answer.
Oh, okay, got it. So the even root's like a 2 or a 4.
Or a
Like
6 or an 8. Or who do we appreciate?
The roots. So, okay, I got it now.
Okay.
Well, what if it's an odd root?
If it's an odd root, I never have to worry about it.
Oh.
And I showed you why a long time ago, but I really don't want to go into the details of that
It's
since there's
whatever, I don't know.
lots of other things to worry about right now.
Uh-huh.
Okay, question 37. An initial population of 325 quail increases at an annual rate of 9%. Folks, we're talking about y equals ab to the x. What's the question? I keep feeling like there's a question over here. So either there's no question or you're just attempting to drive me nuts.
Help me out.
Okay. Oh, yeah, I'm getting closer to the edge. Okay, so
You can't push me.
what's going to go in here for the starting amount? 325. Now it does say that we are increasing at a rate of 9%. So what number goes in here?
1.09.
1.09. For those of you who were thinking about putting 0.09 in, what does 0.09 mean for a growth factor? What? 0.09. What does that mean as a growth factor?
Oh, it's decaying.
That's exponential decay. By what percent? 91%. So if you put 0.09, you think 91% of the quail are going to die every year, or be shot, or kidnapped, or something. Well, it could be kidnapped.
9% decay?
This says that we're increasing by 9%. So remember, I even showed you a small picture. Every time we start with a b value of 1, and then we talk about going up or down from that point.
Yeah.
Since we're going increasing by 9%, that's where we get the 1.09. What if we were decreasing by 9%? I know we're not, but what would my growth factor be in that case? 0.9 what? 0.91, right? If you were
If
decreasing.
you were killing something by 90%, that's a lot.
Right, that's why putting 0.09 here. And
Okay.
don't think that, there's always one choice. Well, not always. I wish there was always this choice, but you got to look for the Admiral Akbar choice on a multiple choice question.
Sounds
You know Admiral Akbar? It's a trap? Right, exactly. Sorry, Return of the Jedi, folks.
What are we talking about?
Admiral
Star
Akbar!
Wars.
Don't you remember Admiral Akbar? It's a trap!
Yeah, the little
I
fish,
see.
the little fish-looking guy.
Yeah, exactly.
He's got the little catfish.
Question 40.
But I'll show you.
Star Wars.
Not now.
But I had it downloaded on my computer.
Wait till we get back. Waiting, closing.
Why do you sound like it?
Turning off. Is this ready to change to its log form? What's the base of the logarithm?
Here's
Oh, yeah.
The argument would be,
114.
and the exponent that it equals.
5x.
Obviously, this is not something I can do on my calculator, so I must change the base to something that my calculator will handle.
10?
Probably 10.
Like 10, right? Log of the argument over log of the old base. Okay? And then, of course, this number is going to be some weirdo number, and then what am I going to do to find x?
Weirdo.
Well, it is. I'm almost sure it is.
I tried
Log
to-
114 divided by log
I would
2.
say sorry.
Well,
Divide by 5.
that's the good thing about these
I called
numbers.
you weird.
These numbers don't have feelings. That's why I chose math. Okay, not English. Okay, so there's my value. How can I double check really quickly that I'm right?
Plug it back into the tank.
Okay, this is not a difficult thing to check. So it shouldn't be that much effort to say 2 to the, and then I'm going to use 5 times answer power, and I'm going to put it in parentheses, and what number should I be expecting? 114, and if I get 114, then I know I was right. Okay, so x is approximately 1.367.
Oh, man. Bless you.
Okay.
Math.
Here's some work on question 43. It wasn't on my list, but somebody else asked me about that. You'll notice that I added the 324, and you'll come back in a minute and talk to me about it.
Oh, man.